Hello, everyone. Welcome to New Agents in Town. Today, we're going to talk about how you can grow your business. Let's be realistic. Nobody likes chasing clients, but what if instead your brand brought you clients?
So the first thing we're going to be talking about is why chasing clients doesn't work.
Okay.
So what we learned in Keller Williams when we first started out here, they told us that cold calling will get you sales, will get you listings, will get you buyers, renters. You just got to keep following up with them. And let me tell you, the first time I made a cold call, I got so rejected and I got hung up on that. Starting out as a new agent, it was like I took that so personally, and it actually made me afraid to cold call people. So I actually, I put that method aside and I tried door knocking and I tried passing out my business cards. And I found myself one day in ShopRite just walking down an aisle and trying to make small talk with just random people.
Right.
And I would slip in somehow that, I'm a real estate agent and if you need any help, I'm here for you.
Right.
And that was really awkward as well. And bringing it back to the energy, when you work from a place of desperation, it really comes off as, well, why would I want to work with you? Like,
Exactly.
To the client. Who wants to work with a desperate person?
No,
Nobody,
yeah, definitely.
right?
Definitely. And that's what happens to me in the beginning.
It
I
did.
was literally nervous. I was basically not saying it directly to the clients, but with my actions and the way that I was acting, by literally begging for business to please work with me, to give me the opportunity to work with you.
Right.
When throughout the time I learned that I am the one who has so much to offer, to value to their families, to their people, their friends, or whoever would like to buy an investment property, whether it's for them to live in or actually an investment where you can make money.
Right.
But then later I realized that I do have the value to offer. I am somebody who can bring so much to the table.
Yeah.
And that it's me who's gonna put all the things on the table if you're ready. If you're ready to commit to me and make sure that you really want to buy a house with me, not a problem. I'll do whatever it takes so I can help you and make you achieve your dreams.
People don't want to chase perfection. There's no perfect agent out there. It's all about authenticity and what you bring to the table. And, people want to know that you're real, not just somebody who's begging for business. Right. Right. Because, you gotta make that connection with people, and they need to be able to feel heard and seen and comfortable, right, to work with you. That being said, here are 5 steps to attract clients. So the first step we want to discuss with you is to define your identity, right? So who are you and what makes you you? What do you bring to the table? Are you a calm guide? Are you a great motivator? A great negotiator? What do you do for your clients?
So basically, I'm always gonna bring hopes to the table, but at the same time being realistic.
Okay.
Based on your criteria, and I'm always trying to find a way to make your dreams come true.
Okay, so the second step is to know your audience. So who are you speaking to? There's a difference between speaking to, a young investor or even like a first-time home buyer. Not all clients are the same, and you can't treat them all the same because they're all in a different place. You want them each individually to feel, appreciated and of course heard.
Exactly.
The third step we're going to share with you is to tell stories. And I know that may come across as, well, why would we tell stories as a real estate agent? Well, when we tell our clients, personal stories or stories how we've helped other clients in the past, it not only shows them, how we work and our work ethic as agents, but it also builds that connection and that relationship with them.
Exactly.
Stories stick, and that's what people will remember from you, not statistics. And I always see agents out here posting, just closed with like the picture of the home that they just sold. And as much as that's great and people are seeing that you're selling homes, you should really try something different. And instead of saying, just closed, say something or, tell a short story of how you helped. I don't know, I'm just creating a story here, but how you helped a single mom buy her first home after doubting she ever could. I feel like that would make a great connection.
Of course.
Other than saying just closed.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like that's gonna hit people's emotions more than just
no, yeah,
a
definitely.
picture of the
Like,
home.
Sometimes I tell to my clients, they become stressed. Some of them they feel like giving up because it's a process. It's not something that you can just come sign a paper, here are the keys, that's it.
Yeah.
It takes time, but it's worth it. It's worth it. And sometimes I like to tell them stories about how I had clients in the past, and that we had this situation going on about the house. Something came out in the inspection, or something that about the appraised didn't appraise. And there's always a way to how to figure things out.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're going through this stress of any step right now that we're going through, it's normal. It's okay to feel like that.
Yeah.
Because every step in the life, it's worth it. It'll pay back.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see that one day when you have already a house, once you already have your house set up with you and your family, you'll be happy and you'll feel like, all of that was worth it.
Yeah. So it is, and that actually goes back to even last week's episode when, choosing the right agent. You want to work with somebody who's gonna be there for you, not just looking for their check at the end of the day.
No, yeah, definitely.
And then fourth step would be to be present where they are, right? And what I mean when I say that is, see if they're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and if they are, you want to make yourself present there. You want them to see, what you do as an agent, and you kind of want to give them a feel of how you work. And by being on social media, they'll get a feel for that. You know what I mean? Like, slowly and surely, like, let's say they haven't met you in person. Well, they have your social media to look and see what you do. Right, and I just want to actually tell you, the first home that you closed on, I actually saw the video that you made with, your home buyers. They're all rushing into the home with their kids.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that,
yeah.
I mean,
like that.
Listen, I'm not a client, I'm not looking to buy a home, but even as an agent, that touched my emotions, so I can only imagine how it made other people feel.
I do remember that the mom and dad, they were like basically standing by the driveway. They give the keys to the kids. They went to open the door.
Yeah.
And they were so happy. Mom and dad, they were crying already.
Aww.
And they give me a huge hug saying thank you very much for all the hard work that you did.
Yeah.
And finally we can have our own place to grow our kids.
Aww.
And they loved it. Right now they're renovating the house. They're putting in so much work. But it's something that they are so happy about that decision that they took.
Yeah, that's amazing. Which actually, it brings me to the last step here, which is, give before you ask. Meaning that you want to put in all the value that you have to your clients and not expect anything in return.
Exactly.
So what you did for your home buyers, yes, at the end of the day, you're doing your job, but you provided them with all the support throughout the entire process. And the fact that you just told me that they're renovating the entire home right now, which makes me, which tells me that you're still in contact with them and you're still supporting them till this day, even after the transaction.
Yes, I am.
Which
they are
that
now
means
my new friends.
That's great, and that's the whole point. You know what I mean? Like, you need to put yourself out there and you need to give value to all your clients and not expect anything in return.
Yep.
Because that builds trust, and trust converts into sales.
Exactly.
Here's the secret ingredient to attracting more clients, and that's confidence. And I know that's something that is hard to have in the beginning because you really don't have experience and you can't really back up anything that you're saying because you're new. But confidence is key to everything in life. Confidence comes from doing the work and owning your voice. And, it does take time to build up. But your brand is your energy, and your energy is what sets the tone. Let's stop chasing and start attracting, and let's show up for our clients in a way where they say to themselves, I want to work with them. We need to stop begging for business, and we need to start building our brand with purpose. So that's it for this week's video. We'll see you guys next week.
See you around.